Our Baltimore Ravens are getting hot at just the right time. We often hear our quarterback, Lamar Jackson, say, "You don't want to peak too soon." And for the Ravens, it's been a season of just that. Highs and lows, peaks and valleys. We started very rough, a rocky 0-2 start. And for me, I had questions about this team. By week 3, our Ravens seemed to have found their stride. We went on a 5-game win streak. But then we lost to the Browns. And thereafter, it was kind of that roller coaster ride. Win a couple, lose one. Win a couple, lose one. That brings us to current. A few weeks ago, we played the Eagles, where we came in second place. But since then, in 11 days, we've played 3 games and we've come out on top 3 times. Shout out to the Baltimore Ravens. Currently, the Ravens are sitting at the top of the AFC North, and that is because we had a little help from our friends. Thank you, Steelers, for coming in second place against the Chiefs on Christmas Day. And as for the Baltimore Ravens, it's been so good to see them start to really round into form. They're finding their stride at just the right time. We've seen, especially on offense, an offensive line that struggled mightily in the beginning of the season. They started to improve and get better during the middle of the season. They're good, not great, but they have been doing a better job at creating space and opening up lanes for Lamar Jackson and our running backs. And it's been really good to see the Ravens utilize Derrick Henry, a force to be reckoned with. He's come into this organization and has had an immediate and impactful presence so far. With 1,783 yards rushing, what more could you ask for? He is right now just a few yards shy of Saquon Barkley, who leads the NFL right now in rushing yards. Not only do we have Derrick Henry, throughout this season, we've had Justice Hill as a beautiful compliment. Prayers up to Justice Hill, who went out with a concussion a couple of weeks ago. And surprise, surprise, it has been great to see the return of Keaton Mitchell. Now, we know Keaton Mitchell has been back for a couple of weeks, but we've primarily seen him on special teams. This week against the Texans, it was really good to have him back as a running back. Now, I will say that we need to stop running Keaton Mitchell up the middle because he's just not built for that. Let's preserve him as best we can because we need him down the stretch, especially because we don't know how soon we will get Justice Hill back on the field. And so we know our running backs are holding down the fort and they're taking care of business. But Lamar Jackson has been doing a fantastic job of spreading the ball around. He has multiple pass catchers that are really showing that they can step up this year and get the job done. One such is Isaiah Likely. We already know Mark Andrews is a reliable target, one that Lamar Jackson trusts, but Isaiah Likely started out really hot, but then he kind of got quiet over these last few weeks. Against the Texans, he scored a touchdown that was just amazing because Lamar Jackson extended that play for like 8 or 9 seconds until Isaiah Likely got open, throws it, hits his open target, touchdown. That is just showing you how incredibly talented and gifted Lamar Jackson is, which sometimes people can take for granted because we see him every day, we watch him all the time, but never forget just how special and amazingly talented this young man is. And so going back to Isaiah Likely, it was really good to see him get back involved into this offense, boost his confidence for him scoring a touchdown. It reminds him that yes, he is needed in this offense and we are going to certainly rely on him moving forward. We also have seen a very productive Zay Flowers who has over 1,000 receiving yards for the season. I believe his stats last I checked were 1,047 yards after 17 games. And so for Zay Flowers in his second year, we had high expectation for him because of how wonderful of a year he had his rookie year. And this season, Zay Flowers is doing everything that we could ask of him. We appreciate that. But not only that, because we have Zay Flowers paired up with a Lamar Jackson and complimentary Derrick Henry, play action passes work, confusing the defenses. They don't know what's coming. That's what makes this offense so powerful. And I can't forget Rashad Bateman. He's been doing a very good job for us this year. Yes, I know Rashad Bateman has had his share of drops this season, but so has Zay Flowers. But one thing about Rashad Bateman that I appreciate is that even in the moments where he does come up short and drops a pass, one thing about him, he's going to make up for it somehow in that same game. He's going to come up with a big play right when we need him. So I appreciate Rashad for that. But one thing about football, you can't just have one side of the ball performing extremely well and the other one not performing, because that doesn't equal a recipe for success. It's a beautiful thing when both the offense and the defense, and we'll touch a little bit about special teams in a moment, but it's a beautiful thing when both the offense and the defense are working in sync and in tandem with one another. And that's what we're starting to see right now with our Ravens. Our defense, they were the Achilles heel of our team for so many weeks. Under rookie defensive coordinator Zach Orr, we saw a struggle to get this team where it needs to be defensively. But as of late, something clicked. The light went on. We made some changes to personnel, especially in our secondary. And after that, we've seen this Ravens defense skyrocket. We've seen Kyle Hamilton get his first pick of the season against the Texans. Our defensive front against the Texans also, everybody had a feast and a field day. Odafe Owe, thank you for getting a sack. You are now one away from double digits. But our ability to stop the run has been the only consistent positive all season long. It's just we struggle defending the middle of the field, and to a certain degree, we still do. But our secondary is much improved with the personnel changes that the Ravens have made. And one such player in our secondary who deserves all of the accolades are Darius Washington. This young man, although smaller in stature, plays with so much heart and determination, and he is out there just flying around all over the field. And I applaud him because honestly, I did not have him pegged as one of the shining lights going into this season. Pleasant surprise for me to see the contribution from our Darius Washington. Another unsung hero on this team is none other than Chris Board. He is not one that I had my eyes set on at the start of the season. I didn't know what to expect from him, but he has been doing very good as of late in terms of being another anchor for the middle of the field, which has been, as I mentioned earlier, our struggle on this defense so far. So when we see players like Marlon Humphrey out there leading our team in turnovers, Kyle Van Noy leading our team in sacks, Nate Wiggins flying around all over the place, just being incredibly sticky in coverage, the sky's the limit for this team because both offense and defense are coming together at the right time. And shout out to special teams because Justin Tucker scared me for a moment. We saw him go absolutely flat for several weeks, missing field goals, missing extra point attempts from 50 and under. That was like he could do that with his eyes closed because he was just that good. And all of a sudden, just like that, Justin Tucker wasn't. But ever since the bye, Justin Tucker has been excellent, 100% spot on. So when you pair that with an offense that seemed to have struggled early on, with a defense that seemed to have struggled pretty much the entirety of the season, except in recent weeks, both sides of the ball, now offense, defense, finding their way, and you just add the icing on top, which is special teams. That to me is a formula and the recipe for the Baltimore Ravens to win it all this season. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about the Ravens. Are they getting hot at the right time? Are they pulling it all together? What are your thoughts for this last game remaining in this season as we head into the postseason? I will see you very soon. Take care, family. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and head over and watch one of my last videos.